Hey everyone, Neen here from the Hyperactive Bookworm, here to do a very late May wrap-up, but shit happens, life happens, and here we go. So, writing-wise, I have done 21 days in May, which is actually really good, considering how much health issues I've had. I've worked on different projects. I am very excited to say that I've finally nailed down the title for my necromancy story, and it's going to be Corpses, Coffee and Cars. So it still has that playfulness in it, but I think it takes away the cozy mystery aspect, because it's not that cozy. It has those like little sparks in it, but it definitely is darker than what I would consider a cozy mystery. So that's the writing. Life is crazy and intense, but it's wonderful. I am stunned to have read 8 books. I did not think I'd read that many, but I counted them like 6 times. Like, really? Are you sure? Are you sure you read that many books? I am behind a little bit on the reviews, but I am getting them up there. I'll do a quick rundown of the 8 books now, and the individual ones, which most of them I've already recorded. I just haven't had time to edit them, but I'll get them up soon. All right, so books. So unintentionally, but loving it, May sort of became mostly about Sapphic Speculative Fiction. And let me tell you, I love that there's that many out there. All right, so first things first, Scatter. I finally finished this book. It was wonderful. 4 out of 5. I'm so glad I pushed through. The start was really, I wasn't particularly a fan. I understood by the end why the author's done it that way, but yeah, not the biggest, almost actually DNF'd it. Really glad I didn't. So, next one is Dance With Me by Georgia Beers. Absolutely awesome, fun, quirky characters. It has different family dynamics. Character growth is beautiful in it. I love the first person point of view, the single point of view, because I don't know, it just leaves a lot more mystery. No, you don't get to know the other character as well, but I don't know, I love it. I love that. All right, the next book is actually not a sapphic. It is actually Romancing the Beats. Yes, an actual craft book. I loved it. It was so fun and great, and it did make me think that potentially one day I might actually finally write this paranormal romance that I keep threatening, and then end up just making it a little too dark and a little less romancy. But maybe one day. Oh my god, I finally finished Beyond Sundered Seas by David Green. Book 3 in, oh my god. Book 3 in the Empire of Ruin series. Fucking epic. Fucking brilliant character developments. Every time you think what's going on, you don't know a fucking thing. Cannot wait for the next book. All right, next one, She Who Became the Sun. This was full on and intense, and like such an amazing read. I love Natalie Nordis's narration. Oh god, say that 10 times fast. Of this book, it's dark in just psychologically, in human nature. It is dark in a torture sort of sense. It's war, so it's gonna happen. I love it, but I sort of saw it as a Mulan meets Kill Bill kind of feel. So yeah, it was awesome though. Absolutely awesome and epic. All right, the next book is Changeling by Erik Schubach. This is book 5, World Ship Files. It reminded me of like SG1, a specific episode in SG1 meets Underworld Awakening. They kind of collide and clash. So this whole series remains very sci-fi meets fantasy. I feel like I kind of enjoyed that. As the series built on, it's kind of felt like the Fae are indestructible. The Fae, just their power just keeps becoming more epic and unbeatable, and this kind of this book just knocked him down a peg. I kind of loved it. Actually, I loved it a lot. So it was awesome. Typical great humor. Love it. Graz will always be one of my favorite characters. This book, The Society for Soulless Girls. Oh my God. So this is Laura Stephen. I am so in love with this book. I loved the narration. I loved the dual narration. It was the first dual narration I've had, and it was divine. Gothic horror basically throughout it. It was just beautiful. I loved the writing. It was this darkness wrapped up with this absolutely delicious way with words, and kind of this dark humor with it as well. Dark academia. There's a whole lot of dark going on, and I love it. I love the examination of what it all comes through to at the end. I don't want to give too much away because it's fabulous, but there are murders, there are suicides, there are deaths, there is twisted shit, and just that examination of yourself and your light and darkness from within. It's amazing. Yes, there is a romance throughout it. No, there's no sexy bits. Although the tension between them is delicious. Young adults, I guess. They're 18, 19, so I guess that's young adults, new adults. I don't know. Something like that. Beautiful. This book I've read. Why haven't I written anything on this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Is The Bloodborne Dragon. Holy shit. J.C. Rycroft, mwah! I love this book so much. It is so fun, mixed with just fantasy and tension and relationships that complicate shit. There is dragon, understandably. This is book 1 on the Everland cycle. It's amazing. I cannot wait for the next book. Absolutely. So they're the 8 that I read this month. I am so looking forward to June. I am going to try very hard to solely read good old LGBTQIA books. I want to, because I am loving that majority of my reading is becoming more and more LGBTQIA, because it should be. Absolutely. Because I've read enough of all the other stuff in my life, and I want to read more of this. So bring it on. That's the wrap up. Thanks, y'all.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Now, if you would like to keep track of my videos so you don't miss any, make sure you hit subscribe. All likes, all subscriptions, they all help to keep this passion project alive. You can also, if you would like to support me, buy me a coffee. The link's down below. Thanks, y'all.